Hello friends, today our topic is critical path method and basically that is our second problem on CPM. Let's check the problem. Assuming that the expected times are normally distributed, find the probability of meeting the scheduled date as given for the network according to the table. And here, according to the table, the activities are given as from 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 and 3 to 5. That means there are 5 nodes. And the days has been given according to the optimistic, most likely and the pessimistic way. That means the TO for optimistic, most likely as TM and TP for the pessimistic time, and the respective TO, TM and TP for each and every activity has been given. Now the problem statement is scheduled project completion date is 30 days. Also find the date on which the project manager can complete the project with a probability of 0.90. That means what is the probability that the scheduled project completion date is 30 days and what is the normal date when the probability is of 0.90. Now according to the table we have to find out the expected time, that is TE, the expected time, that is TE, and also the variance for each and every activity. Now that is the table where we have calculated the expected time and the variance for each and every activity. Now for the expected time TE, the formula is T0 plus 4 into Tm plus Tp upon 6, and for the variance, that is sigma square, is equal to Tp minus T0 by 6 whole square. Now for the activity, suppose that is 1 to 2, the T0 is 2, Tm is equal to 5, the pessimistic time is 14. So how we can find out? Now in that way, that is T0 2 plus 4 into Tm, that is 5, plus Tp, that is equal to 14 upon 6, and that one is equal to 20 plus 14, that is 34, plus 2, that is 36. So 36 by 6 is equal to 6. In the same way we are finding the variance. Tp is equal to 14 minus, that is T0, that one is equal to 2 upon 6. So that one is equal to 12 by 6 whole square, or 2 square, or that one is 4. In that way already we have found out the expected time TE and variance for each and every activity. That is 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 and 3 to 5. Now we would calculate the earliest and the latest expected time for each and every activity, and here the table has been given. That means here the duration is based on the calculation found from the expected time, that is 6, 12, 13, 5.67, 7 and 16. The table is here 6, 12, 13, 5.67, 7 and 16. Now the next table give us the activity name using the age. That means from activity 1 to 2 we are giving the name of the age as A. 1 to 3, that is B. 2 to 4, that is C. 3 to 4, that is D. 3 to 5, that is F, and 4 to 5 practically that is E. Now we may check here. Hence we can now construct the diagram. And how to construct the diagram? As there are 5 nodes, at first we are drawing the node, that is node 1. Now from node 1 to node 2 there are the duration is 6. From node 1 to 3, that means now that is A, already the age is A. 1 to 3, the node that is given as the age B and the time is 12. Next 2 to 4. So we are drawing the node 4 and that is given by the name of the age C and the time duration is 13. Next 3 to 4, that means another one age that is practically is D and the time is 5.67. Then 4 to 5 and that one is here. So that is our node 5 and 4 to 5 has been given with the name of the age E and that is 7 duration. And from 3 to 5, that is our F and that is with the duration 16. Now one wrong thing is here, we have to give the arrow because that is in that way. So that is our network diagram. Let's check, is that? Yes, that one is, that means from 1 to 5 in that way. Now we are calculating the forward pass method and the backward pass method. Now to forward pass method, to calculate the forward pass method, we are starting from the node 0, that means E1. We are taking E1 as 0, we are starting from. Then E2, that means to the node 2, and there is only one way to proceed to the node 2 from 1 and that is using the activity A, and that is E1 plus T1 comma 2, that means from node 1 to node 2 and the duration time is 6. So that one is 0 plus 6 or that one is 6. So that is our E2. Next E3, that means to node 3 and that is using the activity that is B and the duration time is 12. So that one is E1 plus T 1 to 3 and that is 12 and starting from 0, that means E3 is equal to 12. Next we are proceeding to the node that is 4. Now there are two activities from 2 to 3. Two nodes are there which are reaching with the activities C and D to node 4 and the activities times or durations are 13 and 5.67. So we are using the formula that is for E4, that one is maximum of EI plus TI to 4. That means I's are 2 and 3. So maximum of E2 plus T2 to 4 and E3 plus T3 to 4. Now T2 to 4 is equal to 13 and 3 to 4 is equal to 5.67. So maximum of E2 is equal to 6 already we have found and T2 to 4 is equal to 13 and then the 12 plus 5.67. So that means the maximum of 19 and 17.67 and the maximum is for E4 is equal to 19. Now we have to calculate the E5 and when we are concluding the or calculating the node 5, that means E5, once again we can see the from 3 and 4 these two nodes are reaching to node 5 through the activities E and F and their respective durations are the 7 and 16. So according to that, when we are finding the E5, that means maximum of EI plus TI to 5 and the I's are 3 and 4. So maximum of E3 plus T 3 to 5 and E4 plus T 4 to 5. So maximum of E3 is already we have found, that is 12. So that is 12 plus now 3 to 5 we may check, that is our F and the duration is 16. So that is 12 plus 16 and E4 that is already found 19. So that one is 19 plus now 4 to 5, that is 7. So that is our 28 and 26. Now the maximum is 28. So according to that, already we have found out E1 to E5 using the forward pass method. Now we are calculating the backward pass method. Now when we are calculating the backward pass method, that means we are using L5 at first, and that is as usual must be start from our 28. Then we are finding the L4. Now L4 means according to the diagram it is coming from the only one way, that is the activity name E, and the duration is 7. So that means L4 is equal to L5 minus T4 to 5, and T4 to 5 is equal to 7. So that is our 28 minus 7 or 21. Then L3, that means we are reaching to the node 3. Now when we are reaching to the node 3, that means it may be from 4 and 5. Okay, and for 4 that is D, the activity path, and for 5 that is F. That means 5.67 and 16 are the durations. So that means minimum of Lj minus T3 to J, and the J's values are 5 and 4. So minimum of L5 minus T3 to 5 and L4 minus T3 to 4. Then minimum of 28 minus 16, that is our T3 to 5. And L4 already have been found, that is 21. So that is 21 minus 5.67, that is particularly the activity D. Then minimum of 12 and 15.33, and the L3 is 12. Then we are reaching to the node 2, or we are finding L2. So there is only one way using the activity C, and the path duration is, that is 13, the activity duration. So that is from 4. So when we are finding the 2, that is L4 minus T2 to 4, and that is 13, and L2 is equal to already L4 we have 21. So that one is 21 minus 13 or 8. Then the first node, or we have to calculate the L1. Now when we are calculating the L1, there are coming from the nodes 2 and 3, and the respective durations of the activities are 6 and 12. So hence when we are finding the L1, that is minimum of Lj minus T1j, and j are 3 and 2. So minimum of L3 minus T13 and L2 minus T12, and minimum of 12 minus 12 and 8 minus 6. So that is minimum of 0 and 2, and that obviously the minimum is 0. So in that way already we have found out from L1 to L5 and from E1 to E5. Just we are writing the values once again. L5 28, 21, 12. 28, 21, 12. That means here we are writing L5, L4, L3, L2, L1, that is 28. Then L4 is equal to 21, 12, 8, 0. Once again 21, 12, 8, 0. 21, 12, 8 and 0. Then we have to write down once again, that is from E1 to E5, and obviously E1 is our 0. Then E2 to E5, 6, 12, 19, 28. 6, 12, 19 and 28. Let's now we are using the rectangular form for the forward pass calculations and the triangular part for the backward pass. So we are starting from the forward, that is our E0, that means for node 1, 0. Now E2 is equal to 6, E3 is equal to 12, E4 is equal to 19 and E5 is equal to 28. Okay, then for the backward pass, that means L5, that is 28, L4, that is our 21, L3, that is our 12, L2, that is 8 and L1 0. Now we can calculate or draw the critical path where the L value and the E values are same. That means the forward pass value and the backward pass values are the same. And we can check here the node 1, node 3 and node 5 have the same values, where the 2 and 4 has no same value for L and E. So we can draw the critical path here, that is 1 to 3 and 3 to 5. Let's check. We are just using the double line. Here we are drawing the critical path and here I am using the red color line. So that is our critical path 1 to 3 and 3 to 5. So what is the total project time? So that is according to the 12 and 16. That means that is 12, that is 16. So the total project time is now 28. Now we have to find out the project length variance, and that is from 1 to 3 and 3 to 5. So let's check the table once again. 1 to 3 and 3 to 5. So when we have that is 1 to 3 and 3 to 5, we have the project variance for activities are 1 and 4. 1 and 4. So we have the total project length variance, that one is equal to 1 plus 4 is equal to 5, and that is our standard deviation sigma, because sigma or standard deviation is the positive value of the square root of our variance, and the variance is 5. So we have the standard deviation, that is 2.236. So that is the critical path, and the critical activities are as usual 1 to 3 and 3 to 5. Next, the next problem. Now we have to find out the probability of completing the project within 30 days, and that is denoted by TS. So we have to find out the probability Z score that is less than equal to D, where D is equal to TS minus T upon sigma or standard deviation. Now TS is equal to 30, the project length is equal to, duration is equal to 28, and the sigma or the standard deviation is 2.236. Already we have found. So that is our D, 0.8945. So we have to find out that is Z less than equal to 0.8945. That one is equal to phi of 0.8945. Now we have to use the standard normal table to find out that particular value. I will provide the standard normal table in the description box of this video. Now let's check the standard normal table, and once again that is 0.8945. So 0.8945, that means that is our 0.8, and we are just pointing that is 0.89. So that is 0.81327. So the value is 0.81327, and that we can write it nearly equal to 0.8133 or 8133% or 81.33%. Now what does that 81.33% means? If the project is performed 100 times under the same conditions, then there would be 81.33 or 33 occasions the project would be completed in 30 days, and that is the meaning of 81.33%. Now the last question, if the probability for the completion of the project is given as 0.90, then we have to check the standard normal distribution table once again. That means 0.90 in which the z-score is. Let's check once again the normal distribution table probability, that 0.90 occurs where. Now when that is we are calculating here, that we can see that 0.90 is particularly we can found here, that is 0.90147 and that is 0.90320. So that means practically that one is more closer to 0.90, and that is happening for the 1.29. Once again, that is for 0.09 and that is 1.2. So that is for 1.29. So we have, so that is the value which is most nearly value found in the table with 0.90. So after the z-score has been found, connected with that value from the table, that is z is equal to 1.29. So z is equal to ts minus de by sigma, and that one is 1.29, and ts is equal to, we have to find out now, and te is equal to 28 and sigma is equal to 2.236. So using our normal calculation, ts is equal to 1.29 into 2.236 plus 28, and that is 2.88444 plus 28 or 30.88 nearly equal to. So the project manager can complete the project in 30.88 days when the probability of the project completion is given by 0.90. So when that type of probabilistic problem has been given in the CPM, we have to use the standard normal table to find out the z-score.